So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. My name is Christopher. I'm delighted that you're here for our Sunday puzzle, and today I'm having a 2024 Merlot, and this is from the Gamm family from the Franken region here of Bavaria. I was invited to go down and to visit both just to visit the winery itself. We were driving through the Weinberg, I think, as you would put it, the vineyard. But when it comes to the winery itself, we actually went. My friend Armin took me, and we walked around there. We were invited in. They showed us around before they opened up for their regular lunch courses. Beautiful place, beautiful family, so very friendly and kind. Went through all of the processes with me. It was just the coolest thing to see that their daughters had a hand even in naming some of the different labels. One, Yo-Yo, which we'll be having tomorrow, probably with a Campari. It's a Frizzante. It's like a Prosecco. And so it was just a wonderful experience here. And so if you can get your hands on a bottle of the Gamm Merlot, it is cassis, it is blueberries, it is all these amazing things that you would expect from Merlot, but from down in southern Bavaria. On the palate, it's not tannic, it's smooth, it's softer, and you are not limited at all whatsoever. This has the olfactory sweet with the palatal dry. It's a fantastic wine. It's just amazing. But alas, you won't be finding it in stores, though I really wish they would start putting it in the stores. But nevertheless, what a fantastic experience that was. And so thanks so much to every one of you. So on this day, October 12th in 1609, apparently 3 Blind Mice was published. I think we've all heard the song. And that was probably the most interesting bit of trivia that I could come up with today from this day in history. Otherwise, our wind down word of the day is interlocutor. And essentially, that's just those people over there having a conversation. You know, those people that are having a conversation. Those are the interlocutors. So just a good word to remember as we hop into our grids and try to get on top of our word hoard and use it to the best of our ability. So, hopping into our grid today, we've got, let's see, okay, so the title is Make No Mistake. We have Sunday, October 12th. This grid is constructed by Michael Schlossberg. Very familiar with his work. Sometimes it's super challenging, sometimes it's just fun, but it's always very, very clever. Never know what we're going to get with him. I do believe he is an internist. Internal medicine specialist, MD type, somewhere maybe in the Pacific Northwest, but it's kind of hard to keep up with all of them. But nevertheless, what a cool constructor. I can't wait to hop into this one. Let's do that. So, common site near the entrance of a mall. Oh, I don't know, ATM. They have the maps in the kiosks. I don't know. Green or black African menace. Menace. Like, I don't know, 3 letters. Let's go Allah, maybe? Boast accompanying an evil laugh. Isn't that a funny word? Accompanying. Because you feel like you're getting too many E's in there. Accompanying an evil laugh. Don't know. Angler's lure. 4 letters. Yeah, I was going to go with bait. What many monks and yogis are. I don't know, but this green or black African menace could be a mamba. So Spider-Man for 1. Okay, I guess we can do our map here. Is this an alias? Many monks and yogis could be ascetics. Could be. Freak out could be to panic. So I think we got an alias here. I feel like we got a good anchor here in the northwest corner. Speaking of the Pacific Northwest, Dr. Michael Schlossberg. Yeah, we've finished the northwest corner first. Seems like we do that every day, though, doesn't it? Now it's just up to whatever, how we're going to go about this. Boast accompanying an evil laugh. Mine, all mine. And let's see, good name for an apiarist. How about a bee? Words that might precede out, darned, spot. Is this... Well, it's like a cleaned up version of Macbeth is what it was. Out, damn spot. Rocker Axl Rose. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. UPS competitor, big here in Germany. Oh my gosh. Blew out, could be exhaled. Let's see. Bloke. Could be a gent, typically. Words on a juice carton. No. Mishmash. Could be an oleo. What always brings back memories? I guess we got bad dog. Okay, got it. And sends to Hades. Oh, I've been damned. Absolutely in slang. Go on with deaf on this one. Cycle at night. Maybe REM. I'm not kidding you. This is a fantastic Merlot. I really wish they would just put it on the market. I really wish they would. I mean, they sell to private folks and people and, you know, all that. But, wow, it's really good. The kindest folks at the winery, or as we say in German, the Weingut, and the vineyard is the Weinberg, but the winery is a Weingut, so it's kind of cool. Project Hail Mary Creatures in Bereave, I think these are ETs, and religious title whose name comes from the Hebrew for father. Gosh, if I had to guess, I'd say probably an abbot, you know, the head of the monastery. The monastic head? No, it's not a loo. Depends on what part of England you're in, I suppose. Gives some heat, say. What do you think? Maybe arms? Choose out. I don't know. Reams, maybe? Sound from a horn, beep, 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 beep. Classic car that shared its name with a planet informally. That sounds like a Merc to me. Okay, wow, okay, I just noticed we've got little scissors, like little cut and paste scissors here. So, because I think this would be not from concentrate, but I'm certainly not going to make that fit. So I don't know if we've got a rebus in here or what today. I didn't mean to move the grid, I'm sorry. Low-pitched jazz instruments for short. And I guess these could be baritone saxes. So post-debate areas, maybe spin rooms. I spend a lot of my time in those. CPR pressure points. Ooh. That ain't gonna help. Director Rob Reiner. That's why I made my amp go to 11. So I guess sternum. Ow. Yeah. I don't know. Some old game consoles, probably the Ataris, and cry of frustration. What do you think? Maybe an R? Who knows? Blank gay, author of Bad Feminists, and I think that's Roxanne, maybe? I think that is. I don't get me to lying about how to spell the name. Tidbits could be morsels. You know, if you get a little better over time at solving the grid, it doesn't mean your spelling gets any better. And my spelling used to be fantastic, but then autocorrect happened, you know. You know, of course, at first, it just corrected everything and tried to censor you too. Remember those days? This ducking piece of shot. you know, you'd send that to your friend. This ducking piece of shit, you know, because it just corrected it for you. Oh, arg, right? You know, I don't know. Fairy tale sibling. How about Gretel? So we'd have not from contrite. Okay, so I guess we've got a once is missing. We're missing a once here. So concentrate. Yeah, we're missing a once. Doofus is north of the border. Oh, take off, you hosers, eh? Bull in a Chihuahua show? Okay, Toro. Very nice. Very good. I'm loving this. This is a fantastic grid, Michael Schlossberg. Spec. I don't know. Faint. Oh, how about swoon? Gotta think of the different things. So maybe this is a moat. Letter opener. Okay, so we may have the same thing going on here. So I think I could fit to whom it may ONCERN. Clever little grid. The Bronx Bombers on scoreboards with the New York Yankees, and part could be a roll. Beautiful grid. I'm loving this. Greeting on Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, yar, right? Is it a yar or an ar? I never knew. Yar or ar. Or did they go? Does it matter? Are they interchangeable? So I'm thinking ahoy. So one of the things that was so irritating on our little cruise we did in the Mediterranean last year everything was ahoy sailor, ahoy sailor. I said, come on, I'm not a sailor. I'm a first-time cruiser, and y'all are making me deal with too many rules. I don't like rules. I'm a very accomplished world traveler. I tend to pick up languages quickly, and I'm always very ambassadorial, but I can tell you I don't like being told what to do. Sharply dressed could be chic. Like a certain cartoon coyote, you might say. Ooh, how about Wiley? Wiley. because why not? It's time for got it. Tracking. Okay, what do we got here? Carpenter's adage illustrated 4 times in this puzzle. Don't know. Let's try to get back up on track though. Never ending could be eternal. Cartoon in the New Yorker. I don't know, years ago, but it's one of the first issues that I ever got sent to my own home. Where we came up with that extra $10 or whatever it was a week, but we did. And I was thinking like it was they had like these plans that said, you know, annuals, perennials, eternals, right? You know, I thought, oh, it's kind of cool. Core strengthening, Pilates exercises, no idea. I mean, maybe toe taps. When I think of these things, I think of planks, right? You know, so I don't know. Lamp shade shaped candy piece could be a Rolo. Or attenuated cone. It's covered in kernels. How about a cob? Now, why do I have to put a received pronunciation on that? A cob. Does only proper Englishmen eat corn on the cob? I don't even know where they even came from. I don't know. The cob. Badly. Let's see. I mean, you would think ill. I don't know. Core strengthening. I'm going to go with toe taps. I mean, that's what it feels like it's going to be. We'll check a P real quick. Maybe the P will help us out. Word with straw or exit pole. Clever enough. Pittance. Be a Sue. Camera type for short. SLR. Interesting how these words stick around like Sue. I mean, this was like a French coin from eons ago, right? But, you know, it still sticks around, right? You know, like we still use it. And that's one of the coolest things about the evolutionary nature, but also sometimes the static nature. I mean, we got dynamics and we got stasis. Sometimes things just stick. Of help could be a utile. And the slow gen fizz. And young girl in Scotland could be a wee lassie. All right, so previously known as nay, or as we learned yesterday, nat. Please, it's my treat. Online shorthand meaning victory. How about for the win? So we have a licorice flavored vegetables. So maybe fennel bulbs. So a 4R, so fennel. Yeah, we got the ill in there like we thought. Charlotte's Web author's initials, maybe EBW. So we got our bulbs here. Wood found in restaurant furniture would be ash. Rock band. Ooh, got a seam out of this one. Clever, clever. Big name in the vacuum cleaners. It's been so long since I've seen an American commercial. But I think it's Oric. I can still see the guy with the white hair talking about it, you know? Turn that frown upside down. Can I just stand on my head instead? Fools that frown upside down. How much smiles. Okay. Rumspringers in Amish communities, as an example, would be rights. Clever sort would be a wit. Or a real card. Or a real riot. Ryder Silverstein. How about Shell? Shell, you're coming around to us. His Eminence. Baristas flourish. I guess I see a swirl. And I have seen some that are really downright nasty. It's like they know how to do a nasty swirl if you were nasty to them. Which is probably a lot more efficient and less troublesome than, say, spitting in someone's coffee because they were a jerk. We don't want to have that, no matter what. That's gross. But I see some pretty strange swirls. If you haven't, you're brave enough, Google a few. I'm not kidding you. Some crazy stuff out there. One of many in the book of Job. Chance would be risk. The Facts of Life girl. So Joanne, Tootie, Blair. So how about a trial? For a trial for Job. Okay. Carpenter's adage illustrated 4 times. I see. Measure twice, cut once. And that's what we're missing too. Measure twice, cut once. And it's the once. We're cutting once. Very clever. Wow, fantastic. And it cut once. Very nice. Very nice. Gosh, I love this. Dr. Schlossberg. Fantastic. Actor Firth could be Colin. Biohazard regulator in brief. I don't know. OSHA. I mean, I have no idea. Employ could be to use. Hot French beverage. Wow, we got ourselves a trick question here. It's the, but it's not. It's T. But you spell the way the French spell it, which was really close to how we would have been spelling it, you know. Resolute item in the Oval Office. How about an oak desk? So aerodynamic quality. Let me sleek something. What example? I don't know. Settings of many Patrick O'Brian novels. I have no idea. I have not read Patrick O'Brian novels. I guess I need to. More or less. I always think at first, meh, you know, the MEH, but then I think, no, maybe ish. A scientist who spent his last years under house arrest, and that's Galileo Galilei. If I could just remember how to spell it. Galileo, no, probably 2 L's up front. Galileo. No, I had it spelled right the first time. I am so sorry. Galilei. All right, okay, let's see. Ripen could be to age. Is that what I'm doing on a daily basis? I'm ripening? I don't know. Perhaps that's the case. Perhaps that's what I'm doing. Rafts. Tech giant based in Santa Clara, California. Maybe Intel. So rafts can show like a unit of measurement, like a lots. So we go with Intel, and men who marry later in life. These are Benedicts, and I looked that up a long time ago when I first heard that. I was like, why the Benedicts? And I think it may have come from Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing, or... Anyway, Benedict was bachelor for a long time, if I recall. I mean, you know, I know I'm always like Shakespeare majors unite, but it's kind of hard to keep up with every single thing about them. I just did them in undergraduate. It's not like I sit around reading Shakespeare in my spare time, you know, so... Easy listening radio category. How about light FM? I have a friend at work. They have their iPad there at their desk, and whenever I walk across the building to go see them and talk with them, you know, they always got light FM playing on there. Sirius XM, I don't know. Mouthy bird. I mean, it was I don't know. Hold dear, perhaps maybe to hug. This is like one of those grids that's just kind of made for me. I mean, I'm hoping I haven't, you know, fat fingered something. And if I did, we'll just let it show us where I did it. I'm not going to be fighting it. But song in a book of songs. Well, that would be a hymn and a hymnal, I'm assuming. Name found in whole milk. How about a meal? Platoon or battalion. Wow, can't get much further apart from each other there. Prefix with matter. How about antimatter? All right, and this could be sleekness, I guess. I wasn't gonna get sleek lines out of it. Worker with a handler. I'm gonna go with a spy. Light up. Plug as water, could be to dam up. That tells me sun. Okay. Moody music genre. How about emo and recite? Name off. This is a good grid. I'm loving it. Took off. Ran. Facility. Could be ease. Gonna go with ran. And observe the expected formalities. So maybe stand on ceremony. Which, young men, we should all do when our beloved, better, those that are our better halves, you know, when they stand at the dinner table to get up and go powder their nose or whatever, we should probably stand as they stand and then resume our standing when they come back to the table. That was kind of a little something nice to do, you know, being a gentleman. It's like having that monogrammed handkerchief in your pocket at all times, because you never know. Someone might be in distress. Somebody might sneeze. They might start crying. Yeah. Keep one for yourself and keep a clean one for somebody else. Right. Poor grade. Okay, got our first D in a long time here. Buddhist riddles. These would probably be Zen koans. Old Scratch himself. Could be talking about Satan? Maybe. Sweets. How about Hun? Org that collaborates with Mad. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. A in Ashkelon. Oh, so we're talking about Hebrew. Maybe Aleph. Well, I know that's an A in Hebrew, but you know, maybe a PTA is working with math. Totally cool. Neato. Is that a new cool thing to say these days? Is it cool to say neato? Because if I'd have said that in high school, I might have gotten beat up. So, hey, neato. It had to be like sick or rad or something like that, right? Waving the white flag, so to speak. I think we got defeat. Insta chats could be DMs. Fair hiring initials. Wow. Okay. So EEO, EOE. I mean, I never can keep up with it. When mating typically occurs, your point is, maybe, yeah. So there you EEO, equal employment opportunity. And we got equal opportunity employer, It's always like you don't really know. You're just going to start with an E, but what you're ending with, you have no idea. You got to go find that, with that. It's whatever. Pretty cool stuff. 3 letters. I think this is going to be to concede defeat, so I'm going to go with ice. Ding, 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 ding. And do we have an A here by any chance? Cry of frustration. Yeah, we had an R earlier. Now we could have a GA. So I think this is the end game. So I think we're not talking about mating seasons. I think we're talking about chess. Company that owns words with friends. I don't know. It's like is it Zynga or something like that? So if it's conceding, so that'd be OCONCE DING. That always really throws me off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try Zynga. I used to play words with friends with friends, but it just got really boring. Something a beach lifeguard monitors. How about the tide? Big Apple's bravest and brief. How about the fire department of New York? Split something equally 24 inches. So this looks like it's going to be 50-50. Let's see. So it's probably going to be a split, maybe. Split 50-50. Man who might be installing a baby gate. Nays. No votes. So maybe new dads. And quirky sort. Is that what we're calling them these days? Citrus drinks could be AIDS. Lamborghinis to some. How about dream cars? I don't know that I would want. I don't know if. I mean, I'd love to have one, but I don't. I mean, dream car? I don't know. It just seems like it would be in the shop a lot. It just seems like it would just be in the shop a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't, but it feels like the kind of car that would just be in the shop an awful lot. Like, you spend a lot of money on something, and you have to just expect to just pamper it. I don't know. Gild the lily with it. So it'd be overdue. When I always knew gilding the lily. Never mind. I mean, it's so funny to see that. Facade could be a veneer. Leveled could be evened. Not distracted at work could be on task. So went 50-50. Okay. And I was thinking, I didn't know what it could be, honestly. Chow could be fair. John across the pond could be Sean. Here in Germany, Hans. Rocks Nirvana for 1. Body parts examined for arrhythmia would be atria. Big name in vacuum cleaners. Okay, so maybe Dyson. And for my fellow cosmologically inclined enthusiasts out there, I know you're thinking the Dyson Sphere. Because I was thinking it. Kind of cool. Put on ad. Email attachment type could be a PDF. Job requirements for 2 research positions in brief. For top research positions in brief, probably PhDs. Business name abbreviation would be limited. Settings of many Patrick O'Brien novels with C's and PhDs, and then So how do we do, Bob? I guess I forgot that we were at the end. I kind of got wrapped up in the puzzle, but that's easy to do when you're having such a good time. What a fantastic grid. Okay, so our reveal came here, measure twice, cut once. But if I'm looking here, so I've got boast accompanying, God, what a hard word for me to say. An evil laugh, 120 seconds, and I got circled min. So minutes, 60 seconds times 2, 120. Very cool. Licorice flavored vegetables, 32 ounce, pound 16 ounces, so 32. 8 quarts, gallon. Very nice. And 24 inches, 2 feet, obviously. Cleverly done. There was nothing in here that couldn't be gotten by getting the crosses. For my new folks, it might have been maybe a Google a couple of things here or there, but honestly, what a really fantastic puzzle. And I think for the most part though, with like the intermediate level solver, this would have been solvable, and you could have easily gotten this done in an hour or 2, right? Just kicking back on a Sunday morning. So what a beautiful grid all the way around. I got to tell you, Dr. Schlossberg, sorry, I always take German names and pronounce them as if I live in Germany, which I do. But Schlossberg, very well done. What a beautiful grid. And this caps off a week. Every single day, all I've had to say was amazing things about every single grid construction. It has been phenomenal. So let's bring down our bannière d'adieu, and we'll let class go. If you're still with me, if you don't mind, could you hit the like button? Maybe subscribe. It would be nice. It's free. I mean, it's totally free. And I like having you around, and it would be great if you had a reason to come back around, like a reminder, like maybe I just popped up in your feed, like, oh yeah, it's Christopher, he likes to hang out and do the crossword. Yeah, I do. We talk about wine and stuff and make jokes here and there, just doing what we got to do. But, it'd be great if you could do that. But until we see you again tomorrow for the Monday grid, I'm looking so forward to that, right? That's when we get to start the whole thing all over again. But otherwise, for those of you who get to have a holiday tomorrow, enjoy the extended weekend. And until we see you again, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, arrivederci, que tengas uno lindo días, be well, be kind to strangers. Remember, those thick foreign accents are just proof that the person you're talking with has the heart of a lion. We will see you next time. Until then, be well. Cheers.